Yo, what's up, everybody? So we're here with the Camp Lennox Color War Names bracket. We brought for you guys 32, the last 32 Color War teams, put them in a bracket from 2004 to 2019. You guys are going to be voting on them. We're going to pick a champion. It's going to be based on name only. Voting's gonna open Friday, April 17th. It's going to be in our Instagram story. Stick around. We're doing the selection show right now. I'm going to reveal each of the regions. As you guys can see, we got the combat region, the nature region, the extraterrestrial region, and the people region, each with 8 teams each. We want to hear in the comments section who's your guys' dark horse picks, who's your guys' final 4 picks, and everything like that. Let's get this started, right?
Number 1 overall. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be?
And the number 1 overall seed coming out of the combat region is Black Heist. Black Heist. That's Livy's team.
Okay.
09. Great team.
Overall 1 seed.
A lot of respect. Got to give the number 1 overall seed to a legend. I'm sure you guys all understand, just a great name, unique theme and everything. Very deserving the number 1 overall seed, and that's a team I picked to go pretty far. They'll be taking on the 8 seed, Black Mutiny. Mackenzie McGuire from 2018. This is a team I went up against my collegiate year. Swept the trifecta. Pirate theme, very interesting. Had a lot of admin, a lot of veteran leadership with the numbers on that team. I went against them with the rodeo, but, Black Mutiny, it's a solid pirate theme. Been done a couple times, but I think that definitely knocked them down. Next
name, we got the 4 seed, Black Mayhem, led by Mimi Moss, facing off against the 5 seed, Orange Samurai. 2 of the teams that I was on, Black Mayhem holds a special place in my heart. Only team that I won on as a camper. 2 solid names. I'm feeling Mayhem a little more on this one, but we'll see what you guys think.
Next up.
Me? All right. Next up, we got the 3 seed in the combat region, Orange Arsenal. 2004 who's general? Zach Schlessel, maybe. I don't know. Could be wrong, but very solid name. Think it's honestly a little bit underrated.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's kind of a solid name. I mean, a little confusing. What is it? Just like
The weapons house, right?
stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a very ideal name. I think that it doesn't get a lot of love. I mean, probably because it's from a while ago. But anyway, they'll be going up against the 6 seed Orange Mercenaries. This name I've heard get some controversy. Some people think it's one of the better names ever. Some people think it's a pretty mediocre name. I got love for Momo. I think it's a pretty solid name. I was a little confused about it at first because the idea of being paid to fight, is a little bit confusing to me. Not confusing to me, but it's like, is that really what you want from your color war team? It's just me and Jay Coop have talked about that before.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, that's something I've heard many different opinions on it, but I don't know. Both pretty solid names. So yeah, moving on.
Solid name.
All right. Next, the first 2 seed, we've got the Black Desperados, a team that's definitely been on the up and up since after, like a lot of the other names, since after that color war. I would say the name has definitely gained popularity as kids who were on that team got older. They kind of, liked it. It was a very strong alumni team. I remember that team. Tough loss, but solid 2 seed. And they're going to go up against a personal team of mine, the Orange Assassins, Dirty Mike, my first ever and 2-year co-counselor as general. I mean, it's a tough matchup. I don't know who's going to come out, but Mike versus Zach Broner is a matchup of the bigs.
So we got 2 plural names here too. Like
plural name. That's another big controversy.
S's.
Whether some people hate names that end in S. I mean, I hear that a lot of people say that the better names are the ones that don't end in S, which is like, I don't know. That's an interesting debate. You guys let us know what you think about that as well. Personally, I don't really mind it, especially when Desperados to me is sick name, but it really depends. So
I mean, who do you guys think wins in like a fight or a battle?
We're an
A group of
assassin.
desperados or a group of assassins?
Dude, Desperados are so like I just love the Wild
Like the
West.
Wild West.
hmm
Hmm.
I don't know. I
Maybe
might
it's-
have to go with Assassins.
Also, this is kind of like a side note about Desperados. It's like I feel like the names were sick and the shirts were sick. Like that's got to contribute to it.
Yeah, the one with the beard. I love that
Definitely.
one.
Fire shirts. So yeah,
Mhm.
I mean that pretty much. Do we want to talk maybe favorite from this region? I say it's a clear favorite would probably be Black Heist,
I
right?
would agree.
Yeah,
For me,
Always with the strong names.
I like Arsenal maybe as a dark horse as a 3
Yeah.
seed, but I think Heist is definitely the favorite.
favorite.
I think
Yeah,
the thing about the combat region is that our top two seeds are just huge, cult favorite teams. We got Heist, obviously, the late great Alex Livingston, just a beloved guy, beloved team. You ask a lot of the older alumni who were there, like even before any of us were at camp, and you say like, what team do you remember the most? What channel do you remember the most? They're gonna say Livy with Heist. Then of course you have Desperados, just the legendary, that 2012 collegians were able to go like 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's kind of a goal that's been for like a lot of groups coming up. They kind of see that Desperados team as something they want to emulate. So
I got a sleeper pick though with the number 6 seed that I can see that first round matchup. I think they're gonna pull that one out. They could go on a little run. You got the picture of Momo, mercenary Mo in the back, arms up, whole
Lord of
team.
War. Lord
I
of
don't
War. That's a
know,
great
power
channel.
behind
yeah.
that.
This kind of makes me wonder. The 4-5 matchup could be very interesting because I was just thinking, Mayhem. I hear a lot of people like that. Me personally, I really don't like that name. I think it's very I think it's pretty bland, honestly. But Samurai, I know that Chop is a camper favorite. I could see that Samurai making a little maybe Cinderella run. I don't know. Could be hard to take down Heist in the second round, but wouldn't be shocked if it's a close matchup.
Yeah,
So
very interesting group. It's gonna be great to see what everyone votes.
yeah, great region. So moving on to nature.
Yeah. Moving on to nature. And we got the number 1 seed here, Black Prowl. Black Prowl, honestly, like could be my favorite name in the whole thing. It was the first color war name that I ever like learned of, if that makes any sense, because my first year at Lennox was 2011. This was 2010 when Black Prowl was, and I like looked up in the lodge, and that was the first plaque I saw, Black Prowl. Mitch Rubenstein. I think, just very sick imagery, really cool. I kind of just imagine like the tigers and the animals kind of on the prowl looking for blood. And they'll be going up against the 8 seed Orange Tsunami, 2011. Two like middle to older teams here. What do you guys think? 1 versus 8. I'm taking prowl personally on this. It's just
Yeah,
Sounds right.
Prowl seems to be. I mean, it gets a lot of talk. It gets a lot of hype. I think it's a great name. I think it's deserving of the 1 seed in this region. Tsunami's not a bad name.
none of these names are bad.
No,
No.
no. I mean, especially that first region. I think all those are sick names. I think that. I mean, that's a tough matchup. It's just a tough break for Tsunami to be up against Prowl, which I think is a very dope name. So yeah. Next up.
All right, moving on. Number 4 seed, Orange Venom. I always love this plaque in the lodge. I think this is a pretty underrated name. Venom, just like a poisonous animal. I like that name. And they go up against the number 5 seed, Orange Outbreak, a more recent team led by Al Craven. I think we can all, given what's going on recently, we can all see the power of an outbreak.
The name did not age well, bro.
Did not age well, but
Would not fly in
on
2020.
display.
Would not fly in 2020.
No, but I think that's a great matchup. I like Venom. I've always liked Venom a lot, but we'll see. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, those are 2 very, very solid names. I really don't know who's gonna win that because I mean, Outbreak is more recent, so I think I
I
guess
might play into it.
yeah, that definitely is gonna play into a lot of the bracket. I I think both are very cool names, but the Venom plaque is so dope, which is
Yeah.
like
And I just think those names are both so unique. I don't really think it's ever like a snake type of poisonous name and like an outbreak plague type name. I don't think that's been done before since.
yeah,
So, give it
great
really.
great themes, which is like pretty unique names. I don't think that there's been like synonyms for either of them
Yeah.
like carried out before, which leads into the next one, the 3 seed in the region, Orange Rodeo, personal favorite of mine. I think that name is just so unique in so many aspects. And when I first picked up that paper collegiate year, I was like, what is this? Like, what type of name is that? What are you doing, Nads? But then
Yeah.
I was like, it grew. I got to like team lineup and like the shirt names were sick, and it's just like the theme was just carried out so well. And with time, I've just started to appreciate it because nothing really like of that theme has kind of been done before. And
Yeah.
I don't know, it seems very like abstract to me in a sense. I like names that you have to really think about that aren't just I don't know. Yeah, rodeo is personal favorite of mine. They'll be going up against Orange Wild, which is very sick name. Pretty simple, but I mean, I think a lot of people like that name. That was my first year, 2012.
Otto, were
Bur-
you on Wild?
I was on Wild General
We were all
Berserk.
on Tribe, us three.
Yeah, we were on Tribe. Wild Burko seemed like a sick general though.
That was a
Um,
fun team. Wild
must
was
have been hype, but I don't know. Wild's a cool name because it seems very simple, but there are a lot of names and a lot of themes that you can tie into it. So I don't know. That's a very tough matchup. I feel like both of those teams could get to the final four from this region. Even
Rodeo, like you can't look past one of the best color, shirt names ever. Red
yeah.
Rock, cult hero.
Red Rock is a cool
I
name.
thought I thought you were gonna say
Way.
Cactus Jack.
Nah, Red Rock, bro.
No, I know,
Iconic name.
but yeah.
All right, let's move on. Botel.
Down to the number 2 seed down here. We've got another Alex Livingston special, the Orange Stampede. Huge favorite to come out of this region. Honestly, I'm surprised it's a 2 seed, but I mean, the selection committee does what they do. And they're going up against a very strong 7 seed in the Black Jungle. Again, I mean, strong name, 2 more teams along with the rest of this region, no S's. Couple of themes that, I mean, they're kind of similar. Anyone know which one came first? Pretty sure it was.
What was it?
Same. They went up against each other.
Oh, so that's
What a
simple.
coincidence.
No. Wasn't Stampede?
Oh no, Empire.
Yeah, George.
2006.
Black Jungle.
Jungle was
versus
2005. Jungle was 2005.
Black Jungle against Orange Kingdom, right?
Yeah, I love the Stampede plaque. Is my personal favorite.
Yeah,
My personal favorite of all time.
yeah. The
Um,
Stampede pack's
I
ridiculous.
could see Stampede coming out of this region. I like
There's
Stampede a lot.
there's that one Black Jungle shirt Alec has that just roams it. It's just
yeah.
around camp still somewhere.
Was that Tree's team?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was trees.
That was
Wow.
Tree's team. Shout out Tree.
Shout out Tree.
Yeah, but honestly, like Orange Stampede, like they could get out of this region or they could get taken out in the second round by Rodeo.
Or in the first. I mean, I would think that they would come out comfortably against Jungle, but you never know. Like Jungle's a sick name. I think that this region,
Stacked region.
when we put this together, I think this just seems like a stacked region.
I don't know.
All
This side
around.
of the bracket seems like they might put out the winner.
Yeah,
I don't know. We got some underrated ones on the right side.
we do. We'll get to that. So
I
that being
think Jungle.
said,
I think Jungle could go on a run, but
I still think Prowl's taking it all the way.
I see Stampede. Stampede's my
I see-
favorite in that.
okay. Should we do final four matchup prediction for the left side of the bracket?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matt, you go first.
Sorry. So my final four matchup
Wait,
prediction.
before we start, is this what I want, or is this what I think's gonna happen?
Say both.
Say both.
You can give both. What I believe personally as the 2 best teams on this side of the bracket is the number 1 seeds, Black Prowl and Black Heist. I think they're both great teams. They both lost on bases. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, honestly, I'm picking with the blue chip stocks here. Black Heist, Black Prow. Josh, what do you think?
Pretty
You know,
chalky.
I'm also gonna go with the number 1 seed Black Heist out of the combat region, but I think Stampede out of the nature region, just like an all-out attack. I love that theme. I love that name, so I'm gonna go with them out of the nature.
Do you guys want to say like what you would personally pick?
Now let's just.
I'm gonna do that, but you can.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going just straight up how we think the voting is gonna go, I got Black Heist coming out of the combat region, and then nature. I could almost see any of these names coming out. I don't think Proud though. I don't know why. Just a gut feeling. I feel like Outbreak. I feel like Outbreak is a dark horse to come out of the nature region, but
Cultural relevancy, honestly.
Yeah.
exactly. I feel like it's in the top of
But
people's
it could be going the other way for it. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
might have a stigma.
Stigma.
I'm gonna have to go Stampede though. Heist versus Stampede. I almost want to pick Rodeo too though, but I'm gonna stick with Heist versus Stampede. Personally, I would take Desperados versus Rodeo, but
Yeah. Maybe you're thinking too much about the personal connection though to the team.
Yeah.
I think that sick names,
Oh my god.
George, which team did you get a shirt from?
both of those. That's not what it's about. I'm just saying.
He looks at it every night.
I like both of those. I just like the Western idea. It's like I don't know that I always had a thing for that. I mean, going back to like even 97 Outlaws, I always thought it was a dope name.
Big city kid.
Yeah.
What?
City
Big
slipper out here.
Yeah, I'm such an outlaw, you know.
All right, Bottle, what do you think?
Yeah. So I mean, out of the top, I gotta go with everyone. Although I do want to shout out Momo with Mercenaries, but we're gonna have to go with Heist. Out of the bottom, I'm not sure who I actually think I would choose. I mean, Wild is a big sleeper. That was my first color war team. Rodeo, although, is who I think is gonna end up coming out. I mean, based on our demographic here, got current campers, a lot of older kids, a lot of alumni who were just campers all around for that team. Nadav was a big leader at camp recently. So I'm thinking that the voting is going to bring the Rodeo out of the nature region and Black Heist out of the combat region.
Yeah, I mean, just like George was talking about the themes, Rodeo's got a great theme, Heist got a great theme. I think that's got to definitely play into your voting if you haven't really thought about that before.
Definitely look into the themes. Definitely look into which name you like.
Storyline. It's all at the
I
story.
don't remember those plaques in the lodge that you've been looking at.
Yeah, there are a lot of things that go into you. I wonder if people are gonna take like shirt names into account and like shirt designs and all that because
Design, lodge design.
I feel like all of it matters. All of it contributes.
I don't know. This is a names bracket though, so
It is a names bracket, but I feel like certain names could be okay, and then you carry out a great theme with it, and the shirt names are really dope, and it makes the names seem a lot better. Like sometimes you just can't have name. You know what I mean?
I think names and themes can go together. I don't know about
Full
the
aesthetic,
shirts.
You could think about everything. If you're on this team, you could think about the props. You could think about, the dining hall.
Yeah. So I mean, you're voting on the names, but the way the name was carried out, the way it was expressed, is a very important part. I feel.
I mean, just one thing, like I don't know when
All right, let's get moving. Let's get moving.
Here we go. Next, what do we got? What's the next region?
We're in the extraterrestrial region now. Didn't really know what to call this one, but we call it extraterrestrial.
It's not necessarily extraterrestrial, but sounds dope, and we didn't know what else to call it, so
We really know. We did this.
let's get going with it.
All right, number 1 seed from the extraterrestrial region. We got Black Nightmare. That's my first color war. I'm lucky enough to have a secondhand shirt from this guy, Voldemort. Shout out Burka and Zwang. I love Nightmare. Not gonna say that much more, but I think it's a very popular name, especially amongst like my kids, junior boys. They love Nightmare as a name, so I think that's definitely a big front runner for this bracket, and they'll be going up against the 8 seed Black Abduction 2017. Gabby, Paddock. Botel as your team collegiate year, wasn't it?
That was.
Told me in every B sport.
We had ET at the 2, Spock at the 3.
Of course.
Legendary.
I think Nightmare's got it on this one, but both very sick names. The alien theme is very cool. Fits our extraterrestrial bracket pretty well.
Yeah, that pretty much carries the title of extraterrestrial for this region. Without it, I think we'd have to change the name, but beside the point.
All right, J. Coop.
All right, next one, 4 seed Orange Heroes. We got General Flax, a legend. I think it's a solid name. I know that plaque pretty well in the lodge. They go up against the 5 seed Black Galaxy. Another extraterrestrial name. Galaxy, personally, I love on clothing, on designs, Galaxy print.
Names too.
Names too, definitely. You guys have anything else to say on that?
No, both pretty solid names.
Solid names.
Very complex.
Yeah. Moving on, the number 3 seed in this region, Orange Immortals, 2007. I think that's a very sick name.
Oh, Garner.
Team. Yeah. That's just like, I don't know. I feel like I think that's a not necessarily a sleeper 3 seed, but like I could see that one coming out of this region. Immortals is just a very sick name. And then it's going to be going up against Black Excalibur, 2004. That's one of the more Matt put the thing.
My bad.
Yeah, Black Excalibur, 2004. I think that's a name that what?
You don't use premium Zoom, so we're limited to 10 minutes. 9:30 now. Let's get it going.
Okay, all right, let's get it going. All right, no premium Zoom. We're not paying for that. So anyway, Black Excalibur, 2004. Name some people have confusion on. I think that's the sword that King Arthur pulled out of that stone, whatever. I personally think that's super specific and unique. I don't know how great of a color war name it is, but it sounds cool. So I think Immortals got it on lock though. But
all right, now down to the 2 seed. A very highly touted name I've heard amongst the selection committee. Personally, I think they could have done a little better than Iron Man with the logo, but Orange Machine, strong name. I mean, just think about like a machine, like a team works like a machine. I think that's a pretty cool theme to go with. And they're up against a strong 7 seed, a very recent team with Black Anomaly.
Great team.
I mean, I don't know what more I can say. We just went through this. Everyone knows Dark Phoenix leading her team. I think that was a pretty cool name, pretty cool theme, something a little out of the box. But
nice X-Men theme. Quickly, who do you guys have? Give me one team coming out of this region, Josh.
I think Nightmare is the obvious favorite. Scary team. As a Brave, I was definitely had some nightmares during that color war about them, but I think that's a great name.
George.
Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. Same thing as the other region. I wouldn't be shocked to see any of these except like Excalibur, just because I think people are a little rattled by it. But I think Nightmare's got it. If not Nightmare, Immortals could go on a little run. Actually, you know what? Give me Immortals to the Final Four. I like Immortals.
I was thinking Immortals too.
Very dope name. That's my personal favorite out of this region. So, actually, you know what?
I'm gonna go with
that's just my heart, but like, go on.
I'm gonna go with my guy at the 3 seed. I'm hoping they can make it out. Immortals, Willie G.
First ever. Copy my pick.
Leader, my scout year, I think, 2011. But whatever, he's a beast. Like that's a pretty cool name. I mean, think about it, the Greek gods. Like who can beat them? But Nightmare was always a fan. Like that was ever since I've been at camp, it's probably been like the mutually agreed on favorite besides Heist. So it's a pretty strong candidate.
Yeah. All right. Honestly, I love Immortals too, but I'm sticking with Nightmare, number 1 seed. Right. My first color war. I love that.
You got to think there's got to be a Cinderella coming, maybe in the next region.
There's been a couple of sleepers.
I feel like up to this point it's gonna be all top 3 seeds. But let's go on.
Bottom left is looking strong. Black
All right,
jungle.
people. We're starting
Telling
with
me.
the people
All
region.
right. Number one, people.
Number one out of the people region, we got Black Legion, Barry J, 2008. Like Legion, just such an intimidating name, referring to the Roman army, ancient Rome, just strong, compact. I just think that's just a great name. Can't knock the Legion. They'll be going up against Orange Rebellion, 2013. Sergio pulled off one of the great comebacks in Color War history.
I'm calling it low-key upset pick right here.
Low key, they got a lot of hype because of their comeback. They're in people's
Could be a
minds.
big upset.
Sergio chant.
Exactly.
All right, next we got the 4 seed, Orange Asylum. Pretty
Great.
out of the box name.
Stupendous. Great name.
Crazy name. I think I didn't like it at first, but it grew on me a little bit. They're going up against the 5 seed, Black Empire. I really like that kind of name. You'll see a name coming up that's pretty similar, but I do like that name. I think that's gonna be a great matchup, 4-5.
Also got the Roper and record.
Yeah, crazy.
Next up, we got number 3, Black Mafia. That's Freedy. That's a dope name. That's just Godfather. I don't know how much sicker it gets than that.
Absolutely.
That was probably the best name matchup, maybe of all time, Asylum versus Mafia. I feel like it's gonna be those two teams ultimately in the Elite 8 of the People region.
Venom versus Prowl is pretty close, honestly.
All right, wait.
Both great matchups, but especially because that was only like a few years ago. Asylum Mafia,
Right.
both dope names.
Little known secret Freedy doesn't like to talk about. He was the second Godfather. But
oh wait, what was it? 1999.
it was one of the I think it was like Gangsters or
No, it
something.
was Untouchables.
Right?
Right?
I think it was, yeah.
99. Yeah. Okay.
Who are they taking on, George?
Seed Black Throne, 2013 went up against Rebellion. I think that's a pretty cool name. Like Game of Thrones theme.
Did not age.
Cool. I think it's pretty similar to some names before, like Black Empire, for example. But I wouldn't be shocked to see an upset here. But personally, Mafia is way sicker. But all right, moving on. 2 seed People region bottle.
The 2 seed in the bottom left, we've got the Black Tribe. That was another big matchup against the Wild. One of those matchups where the names really worked well together. And that's just a really cool, your teams, your tribe. And they had some pretty cool names on that team with Burko. And they're going up against 7 seed in the bottom last team. We've got Orange Kingdom. 7 seed. That's another pretty cool name. That plaque, I can picture that one in my head. I think that one's pretty cool. But Tribe's a big heavy favorite for.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, everybody loves Tribe.
I'm still sticking with 4 versus 3 matchup. I think that Asylum's gonna come out of this region. I guess that could be our underdog pick to the Final 4 here.
I got Tribe.
Game of Thrones had finished a little stronger. Maybe Black Throne would have gotten a higher seed. But
no, I think we're gonna see Tribe come out of it. Actually,
I would agree.
Tribe's a big one, but I could also see. Asylum.
Personally, I love Tribe.
Ariella's still big at camp. Asylum. Yeah. A lot of people loved that name. Loved the Harley Quinn name. Suicide Squad. And then you had the whole, Buffalo Bill. You had, that was just a lot of great names in that team that are still chanting the dining hall on the last day today. So I don't know.
Be a good one.
Yeah. So you want to go maybe a dark horse to win it all? Maybe like a 4 seed or lower that could win it all
from any region.
Yeah,
we got 2 minutes left, so
let's make our picks. Let's make our gut reaction picks.
All right.
The reveal.
My favorite remains Heist. Black Heist remains my favorite. And if I was gonna pick a dark horse to win it all, it would definitely be Orange Asylum. But even more of a dark horse, I would probably say Black Galaxy.
Really. Man, I can't.
Less than a minute. Let's go.
Just Park is a lot. Oh, geez, less than a minute. Yeah, Asylum's got to be my dark horse to win it all. Maybe Wild could have a chance. Outbreak. No, not Wild. Outbreak.
All right. Let's go. We got front runner. I think we've got Heist. I mean, that's just the overall 1 seed. My big sleeper, I think, is Black Jungle. I think people are just gonna look at that name. They're gonna Trees bringing the name back. He's at Cam.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 seed. I like it's a good sleeper pick.
Josh, finish
Yeah,
it.
I like Nightmare coming up on top. Sleeper, I'm gonna have to go with Outbreak. I think just because it was kind of recent, I think people might go with that one.
Thank you for watching the selection show. We'll see you guys.
Stay tuned. Vote. We're gonna post all these on our story.
Story. Peace.
Winner gets free tuition.
See ya. Just kidding.
We are not affiliated with Camp Lennox, so do not take